6 defeats in a row. Arsenal 3, Chelsea 1. Chelsea's preposterous form continues. But you know what? The reality is Frank Lampard showed exactly who he is. When things go wrong, Frank Lampard has one thing. Let's throw the toys out the pram. Let's change all the variables. You know what? Today, Oba, Noni, you're going to play. And you're going to be the difference. Today, you're going to be the difference. 45 minutes in, he hooks Aubameyang off. And welcome to Chat in Breeze. Because I am very angry today. We do not lose to Arsenal and be happy about it. Listen, this season has been over. I've been saying it for a while. But there are some games you turn up as a team, as a manager, and there's an element of professionalism. Arsenal home and away is the one game I expect performances on a regular basis. And yet, Frank Lampard set us up like clowns and the players acted in suit. Absolute clown show. Let's get into it. The good, the bad, and the downright ugly. Welcome to the Kavkas View, but today was nasty, right? Every single way. Frank Lampard's performance was the worst in the sense the way he organized the team. Did he even organize the team, or did he just put some numbers on the worksheet and said, you know what, boys, do what you're doing. It's Sunday League stuff, little bit of effort, gazers. That's all he could have said. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Who are you blaming for today's performance? Because for me, it's Frank Lampard. And you're not going to like it, but it's the harsh truth. Let's break into it. Let's start with the ugly, because that's the only place. Frank Lampard's team selection said everything. Frank Lampard's team selection stunk. People tried to be positive. People tried to tell me, Alex, you know what? This is it. This is what we're doing. Look, guys, 4-3-3. We've got wingers on the side. Raheem cutting in. Noni Madueke on the right-hand side. You got Aubameyang. We need a striker. Everyone's favourite words these days is we need a striker. Not the type of striker we need. We just need a striker. Auba's better than Havertz. Auba's better than Felix. Auba's better than everyone. We're just not seeing it. We're seeing it. Well, you saw it today. The lineup he picked today, there's reasons why these players haven't been playing. There is a reason why Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has not been playing ahead of a Kai Havertz under Graham Potter or even under, like, Frank Lampard. Let's not lie. Even under Frank Lampard, why he hasn't been playing. Then we saw why Noni Madueke was actually a positive signing. Maybe we should have been using him instead of giving charity minutes to Hakim Ziyech. Maybe. But then Frank Lampard showed his true colours. And this is the ugly truth. And people aren't going to like it. 45 minutes in, we're 3-0 down. So Frank Lampard, what does he do? What does he do? Take Raheem Sterling off? No chance. Experienced player, former England teammate. He ain't going to try lose him. Take Mateo Kovacic off? No chance. All Mateo did in this game was look around left, right and centre and let Martin Odegaard run off him and score goals. Take Biscuit Hands off? No chance. Take Azpilicueta off? No chance. No, he takes off Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang because it's the easy one to take off. It's the gutless substitution. It's the one where you blame somebody for the performance when it's really not his fault. Aubameyang had 9 touches of the ball, 6 passes completed. People are going to blame Aubameyang for his performance. What are you blaming Aubameyang for? He was left isolated. Anytime someone got close to him, his name was N'Golo Kante, who is not an attacking midfielder, who is not known for his ability to create opportunities. What are you guys raving about? He is scapegoating players. And I'm not here to scapegoat players. I'm here to criticize performances. I'm not going to say we lost because of X or we lost because of Y. We lost because of Frank Lampard. Players are there as tools. You need to arrange these tools in a correct manner. When you go to IKEA and you buy something, the instructions are there. There's a manual of how you assemble these tools. In this case, Frank Lampard doesn't have the manual, so he has to freelance. And in this case, he needs to freestyle. He can't freestyle. He's useless. He's a pathetic excuse of a manager. And that's the sad truth. I'm sorry. Then we need to talk about the first and second goal. That stinks of lack of coaching. Because there is no... The systemic issues in this club are crazy. Well, let's talk about the first goal first of all. The ball's on the left-hand side. Gabby Jesus is doing what he's done all season. He's going out to the left-hand side. They're creating an overload. And Odegaard, edge of the box, is left unmarked. Puts it into Biscuit Hand's hand. And all of a sudden it goes in. I'm not calling him by his name. His name is Biscuit Hands, by the way, before we get into it. Why is Odegaard on the edge of our box? Because Mateo Kovacic not once looked at him, did not want to scan the area. He was too busy trying to occupy space. Enzo Fernandez, not a DM, all of a sudden being asked to do a role as a 6 in the conventional standpoint where he needs to be a deep lying 6 like, for example, Fabinho, Rodri, he's not that. You can't ask him to be something he's not. N'Golo Kante, I don't know what role he was playing today. First goal, good goal by Arsenal because it's a good team move. Second goal, Raheem Sterling just lets Odegaard run off him. Same thing, the exact same thing. It's just Odegaard, instead of left this time, he went right, he slotted it. Third goal, and this one, in my opinion, was disgusting. Cross comes in, Azpilicueta's all over the place like a stripper, like he's on the floor, coming up, going down, coming up. Literally, he's doing the madness. He was just waiting for tips. Only thing he could have been waiting for. Gabby Jesus not only gets one opportunity, not two, he gets 3 opportunities to take a shot. Fofana all over the place, just shaking up. Azpilicueta on the floor, trying to get his body on the line. I have no clue how they tried to defend that. It was beyond embarrassing. And 3-0 was actually a fair scoreline in Arsenal's favour. Arsenal should have had more. And if Arsenal were a proper team with proper title aspirations this year, Arsenal would have destroyed us by more. If Arsenal was still in this title race, the way they were a couple of weeks back, prior to that first game where they drew with Liverpool, they would have humiliated us today. They took their foot off the gas and they capitalized. We should be ashamed of ourselves. Now that we've found out all the systemic issues where there's overloads when there didn't need to be, when there's people letting people run off them, now we need to start looking at some of the individuals and their performances today. Let's critique them fairly. Enzo Fernandez. Enzo, I love you. But the reality is, you're not a 6. I need you to start refusing to play. I need you to tell Frank, listen, big man, I got an injury in my knee, I can't play. My lower back hurts, I can't play. Because the reality is, Enzo's stock is taking a bigger fall than anyone's. People are now starting to say, what does Enzo Fernandez actually do on this pitch? Why is Enzo Fernandez playing? Because the reality is, Frank Lampard has accustomed people to think, right? If an individual doesn't run around and get stuck in, he ain't doing nothing. Kai Havertz doesn't run around and get stuck in, he ain't doing nothing. Joao Felix doesn't run around and get stuck in, doesn't do nothing. Enzo Fernandez now is getting criticism for not getting stuck in. N'Golo Kante, useless in the final third. Why is he playing in the final third? Consistently popping up in very good positions due to his energy levels, due to his ability to win the ball back high. No options, no one close to him, no one to link up with. Kovacic, biggest criminal on the pitch. The biggest criminal on the pitch. I don't care if he got an assist. I do not care. The reality is, Mateo Kovacic has been off the ball for a while. Time to move on. Because the reality is, Mateo Kovacic is just playing like an individual that doesn't want to be at the club no more. I don't blame him for not wanting to be at this club anymore. A lot of players don't want to be at the club anymore. But while you're here, big man, you get enough money for you to actually give a crap about your performance levels. It's called professional integrity. I know you have a PE teacher managing you. But you know what? A lot of our fan base that goes to the stadiums and a lot of us fans that sit down and watch you play, we expect a certain level of performance. You wear the Chelsea crest on your heart. So the reality is, you play for the badge. And that's the basic thing I can tell you. Then we need to talk about Sterling. Sterling looks like a shadow of a player that he was at Manchester City. Before we signed Raheem Sterling, I made a video. And if any of you don't believe me, go back and watch it. I made multiple videos talking about Raheem Sterling, and I said, look, Sterling is going to be one of 2 players. He's either going to be systemically great in the sense that Tuchel's going to get the best out of him because Tuchel is going to inspire him in a great system where Sterling's going to make late runs, get tap-ins left, right and centre, and we're going to reap 12 to 14 league goals. Nothing ever more, nothing less. Or he's going to be scapegoated because people are going to want him to be something he's not. And guess what's happening now? People want Raheem Sterling to be Eden Hazard. People want Raheem Sterling to be Neymar. People want Raheem Sterling to be a competent footballer in the final third. But the reality is, Raheem Sterling is just a finisher. Raheem Sterling is a player that runs in behind, gets the ball and causes problems with his movement. And then, due to frequency of chances, gets goals. Today, he couldn't even complete passes. He literally, every time he looked up, no one in and around him. He struggled to retain the ball. He struggled to release it. He's getting stressed. You can see he's losing it. Same thing with Ben Chilwell. Ben Chilwell is a confidence player. When Ben Chilwell has a system and is given clear instructions, he's a very good player. But when Ben Chilwell is given no instruction and is given freelance to do whatever he wants, the man's out of his depth. The man looks like me at left back and I'm right-footed, and trust me, you don't want to see me use my left foot. It is embarrassing. It is stinky. The way his performance today was, it was nasty. But I can't be too harsh again. You know what? I want to be angry at the players, but I can't be, because I don't think they're the problem. We look at biscuit hands now. Kepa, let's talk about Kepa. The first goal. Big man, how many times are you going to get your palm onto the ball? The full palm, and your hand's going to go this way. I've got breadsticks in the cupboard that are stronger than him. Literally, this guy is like a Biscoff biscuit. It just needs a little bit of force, Kepa, and it is breaking all over the gaff. What is wrong with him? Like, what is wrong with him? Little bit of force from any pressure from the ball, his wrist goes backwards. Do something to strengthen your wrist, because you're a decent goalkeeper. Not for Chelsea, but at Premier League level, he could be a very decent goalkeeper. A good shot stopper. But anything from long range, it's like he overcompensates how much he wants to push it, so he doesn't get a clean enough connection, and it just goes through his hand. It's really frustrating, because he made a good save in the second half, but I am still fuming over the goals he's conceded. Through his legs for the third one, the second one, he couldn't do anything about it. By that point, the game's gone. And then finally, the other bad thing. We're meant to be building for next year. We're meant to be trying to secure the talents of a Joao Felix. We're meant to be trying to develop the game of a Noni Madueke, of a Mikhailo Mudryk. We're meant to try to give more minutes to an Amari Hutchinson potentially, or a Carney Chukwuemeka. We're meant to be given the talent of tomorrow minute. What are Conor Gallagher and Hakim Ziyech doing on the pitch? You are going to sell Conor Gallagher this summer. It's clear as day. Hakim Ziyech has got his bags packed. Literally, he's waiting for the call. He has got a £75,000 jet waiting to whisk him off wherever it's needed. He's going to be in New York, chilling in a couple of weeks, waiting for this deal to be resolved, and then going to whatever club buys. He does not want to be at Chelsea. London to New York, 75k, 75 Gs on a flight. Literally, private jet, that's how much it costs. And you know what? He should be doing it, because the reality is this has been nasty. We stink, absolutely stink. And this performance today from him was just as bad, because he came on at the expense of someone else. I don't want to see Hakim Ziyech play for Chelsea anymore. I don't want to see Azpilicueta play for Chelsea anymore. It's done. Their time at Chelsea should be finished. Not because they're bad players. It's because they've had their swan song. It's time to move on. It's time to build for the future. But yet, Frank is leaning on them once again. Guys, I'm going to try to put a positive spin on today's result. We won the second half, because that's all we can take away these days. We won the second half. What was good about this? We got 5 games left this season. These 5 games are going to be challenging, because we've got Bournemouth this weekend. We've got Nottingham Forest after. Then we got Manchester City, Newcastle, and I think we got United. These are the next 5 games. It's going to be stinky. It's going to be tough. Hopefully we pick up 1 win. I don't know where it's coming from. The players that played well today, Noni Madueke got a goal. Couple of good runs. I think Noni will be a very good player when we play against teams with low blocks. Because his ability to beat a man off a dribble, cut in and take a shot, his ability to make runs from wide in, he's a willing runner as well, good in tight possession, good brain on him, he's an intelligent player, quick with his feet. I think it's going to be exciting to watch him play. Mikhailo Mudryk came on. I just like how positive he is. I really do. I really hope we don't suck it out of him, because the way we coach players at this club at the moment, it's nasty, it's negative. We take individualism out of them and we put collective. You need to run X amount of kilometers. The extra 2 kilometers you run just stinks. Like, what's the point? Because when the reality is, when you receive the ball, you should be doing more. Mudryk done more in 15 minutes than Raheem Sterling did all game. And that's the annoying part. Kai Havertz linked up to play well. He looked okay when he came on. Listen, but the bar's down here. It's on the floor. So the reality is, anyone that comes on and completes a couple passes, that just looks volumes better than what we saw in the first half. The other good thing was, Joao Felix didn't get on the pitch. You can't blame him today. Joao Felix can't be the one to blame. He can't be the one scapegoated. You can't get a clip of him not playing today and blame him. So hit the like button. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, it's one of those things. It sucks. It's nasty. But we have to further it. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. Bye.